Hey, what's going on, guys? James here, and welcome back to more MotoGP 15 Career Mode or MotoGP 2015 Gameplay Career Mode, guys. We're part number, let me count: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, Qatar, 8, USA, 11, part number 15, guys. For this, for my career mode, then, guys. Yeah, it's part 50 for this, then, guys. For this, then, for this video, then, guys, we're doing now. So, finally, for this. So after we see the last time we did the last part we did was the Spanish Grand Prix race where it was a good start. It was a 9 lap full race. It was around the Jerez circuit in Spain. However, I started the race in P, so a lot of pieces there, and then good after like good combat, only finished the race in P7 in that race, and because that was a good combat race there to both Fast Chris and both him and Finn. I was on the first of the point along with the race where Fabio Quartararo was the race winner of the last race in Jerez, then, guys. So yeah, so with Fabio Quartararo won that race in Jerez, he's just 9 points clear of dedicating at the top of the Drivers' Championship standings. Then after that, at the top of the standings. Mitchell Olivia's in third place, had the Fazio moves up ahead of Isaac Vinales in fifth. He's dropped down to fifth place. Fazio's dropped down to fourth place now. Hoyland dropped down to sixth place. Brad Bennett is ahead of me in seventh place. I'm ahead of Carl Hankiner, who's dropped down to P9. Just by just 1 point for Hankiner. I'm on 31 points after 4 rounds. After 4 races have been two, then, guys. Yeah. So it was a 9 race full quarter, and then yeah, it was a good course. And I finished that race in P7 then in that Spanish Grand Prix at the Paris circuit. I pretty did then, though, to myself. And by the end, it was a very good, quick, close collision between Mitchell Olivia, Fabio Quartararo, and Danny Kent on the 7th lap of the Spanish Grand Prix race in Jerez. But it was dedicated to be forced off by Fabio Quartararo's rear tyre there. And then, actually, no, Fabio took the rear tyre of Danny Kent's bike Honda car. I mean, Honda bike, actually, not a Honda ride. No car they use for a bike or like a bike wheel on bikes. Maybe the car not done though. But yeah, so yeah, that's what happened then. So yeah, Danny Ken was completely got fall off his bike in the last video. In the last video scene, in fact, in the last video we did, you haven't seen before. Then, guys, he went off. He completely went off his bike completely, and then after Fabio Cotta tapped his rear tire on his bike, and that's forced him off to his bike completely though. So unfortunately, Decker did recover actually well, but he faced that way to completely in the top by P5 fierce. It just ahead of Jorge Navio, who faced the race in P6 that race, even though he did. Yeah, that's a good one. Well, Miguel Olivia faced the race in P4, and after Fast Green Villa overtook him over to the last 2 podium position spots, and Miguel Olivia only faced that race in P4 for the Portuguese driver for the KTM bike sponsorship team that he's waiting for then a lot. So yeah, that's what he's doing that. See you then. And by the end of the race, yeah, it was Fabio Quartararo, the Frenchman who takes the victory, the 2021 champion who takes the win. So good win for Fabio Quartararo then for the Honda team then. He's number 20 now. He's just 9 points clear. They can lead the championship by just 9 points now. Mitchell lives in third, with Fast Green 4th place, and I'm 8th place in the championship standings. Then, guys, after round 4, after 4 rounds have come already. In the Constructors Championship, in the Constructors standings in Moto 3 Championship, Honda leading the way with 100 into triple hit with a max to score 100 points they got. KTM in second place with 59. His squad are ahead of May, ahead of the hindered riders in P4. So yeah, whoever could, yeah, I think I'm the head leading behind the head of the messenger I am then. Yeah, Francesco Pegabian didn't get any then. Unfortunately, not truly. Well, that's a lot of points they've wanted to get then. That's over his card, 51 points. And K2 fit that on 56. Let me just check it out. 59. Let me see who's also at KTM. Okay, I don't know how the heck did KTM got 69. Oops, I'm looking at the most 2 riders championship. I was not looking for that. I was looking for this one then, guys. Though, let's take a look. So let's see. We've got Brad Binder. He did as well. So that's 1, 2, and 3. So that's 3 altogether. Then that is. So apparently, whoever got the most points. So whoever got the most points for the riders team will be leading the pack then. and whoever and the other KTM, and if any of the riders, and any of the current team, the same team, then will join have some points as well. They will get 1 point. They will, who are not leading the pad, they will get one superior point. They will get then two of the names then though that they would do. I'm the leader of the Hindra, so no one has a score, so I'm on 31 then. So my team is in fourth place with 31 points. Here's Quavial. Are in third place, head to in the top three. We are in fourth place now. We are now, and KTM in second place, and Honda leading the way with 100 points. So still a long way to go then for this season, then guys. But yeah, we're going for that to see how Spain was pretty good, super amazing that was, and that line for 9 points after the warm up session and going into the race and having the 9 laps racing. Complete got finished that race to P7 then, and unfortunately didn't get to the top spot there in Jerez in Spain. Though unfortunately, guys, so yeah, disappointed to say that didn't get there. But Fitz Piso was not the best way to have this way for me. But anyway, enough of that. Let's just leave Jerez, Spain behind then, and let's head off to the Le Mans circuit in France for the French Grand Prix, Monster Energy Grand Prix de France. So we're going to the Tour de France. Actually, not the Tour de France. No, that's not Tour de France. That's the thing. That's an event for bicycles, not for rider bikes, for bike riders like MotoGP bike riders to go around this, hopefully go over 150 miles and not 150 miles or 200 miles, going across the hiking mountains, across the whole mountains and roads and towns and cities and main city towns of France, like like the French like Tour de France race, like going through the hiking. Got the high hills, the banking streets, and main more towns and cities in France, and clear where the chicken fly and cool down and bottles of drinks. If you get to 30, and clear fears where you get to the end of each section, at the each section you complete then though in the Tour de France race that you do for all the French riders out there if you see in France. If you're living in France, though, guys, hopefully you'll really love to watch it, and hopefully if you watched that Tour de France race last year, I'll actually go check it out right now and see who has won it and complete how each section of the course completed well, truly, though, supremely much good bicycle exercises that you can do to yourself. Then, so yeah, but bike riders are not going to be the bike riders. So the riders are so the driver so the riders, so the bike riders are not going to be going to take a challenge on the Tour de France challenge. Oh no! They're going to be challenged. They're going to be taking on the Moto 3 race in Grand Prix in France for the French Grand Prix at the Le Mans circuit. So round 5. Let's get into that right now. So instead for Tour de France, we're heading towards France in Le Mans. We're going there just near to the capital city of France, which is Paris or Paris, where to call it though. So yeah, let's do this though, baby. Let's do it. Near to the mines, this near the upcut. It's just near the upcut. It's a previous situation coming up this way. And no, so yeah, all right. Yeah. Paris, France. Yeah, La Mans is just off the coast of, just a few miles away from the capital, from France's capital city. Main capital city is Paris. And completely, it's close to that far. That is that Le Mans circuit is used for the. It's used for the. Now the Le Mans circuit is used for the endurance racing world championships. Yeah, for the world endurance championship. What's it again? Classic. I forgot what it was again. Let me think in my brain. Classic Sport? No, not Classic Sport. Classic. A class company. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. An FIA. Yeah, we're doing an FIA World Endurance Sports Company, that is. Sports Endurance Championship. I think it might be that isn't though. So yeah, I think that would be. So yeah. Actually, it's another classic type of motorsport. It is that it is a class of motorsport that is the World Endurance Championship. It's used for going around the whole Le Mans circuit for up to 25 hours from starting the day and ending in the next day, and finishing the next day. Over starting in the afternoon, overnight, and finish the race in the next day. In the next day afternoon. In the next day in the afternoon, and then whoever gets it first wins the race. Like if you see like Toyota's when the Le Mans way back a few years ago, like Fernando Alonso, Kamui Kobayashi, and Sebastian Vettel were the ones to win among those to win here at the Le Mans circuit in France for the French Grand Prix. Really much better this is going to be for me. See how Le Mans will pretty much turn out the heating for me. And I'm probably I'm 70 years old. I had to change my name because I'm now 70 years old now because I'm fully now good up boy. Now I can learn to drive a car like I did in Johnson Park a few months back on 26th February 2022 this year. Yeah, I'm 70 years old, age I am. Means I'm learning now company, learn to have drive a company car I can drive to then. So yeah, that's what to do then though. So yeah, yeah, survive all the 25 your joints car type of sports car. You're trying to fire over the whole 25 hours and get to the first line without wearing out of you. All your tires wearing out a lot then though, and have a good night's sleep and have a race again in the early morning, in the next morning, and then late, and then after that you completely change all of that, and then you go, and then you go. So I can't get my own words well about the World Endurance Championship though, guys. Yeah. So yeah, after you go have a good night's sleep, you wake up the next morning, and then you get into the sports car in the car, and put it, oh, and then off you go in the GT cars or any bigger cars like that, and in the Endurance Championship or the Le Mans around for 24 hours. Oh, then guys. So yeah, just like the Tour, like in the Grand Tour de France, or maybe in the Grand Prix of France for MotoGP. Yeah, for MotoGP Grand Prix racing, riding racing for bikes only. Yeah, like it's truthfully that is done though for this thing, guys. Yeah. All right then, guys. So yeah, yeah, it's been very good to see how this goes on for that. And then after that, you get your car to the first in the early afternoon, like 3 o'clock, and then when we finish the race, you see if you won first or second place or third prize, and then the race will be fully truly over in Le Mans. And then we'll do the same happen next year every summer then though. Here in the Le Mans circuit in France, but in French. Here in the Le Mans circuit tour 24-hour circuit for the World Endurance Championship here in France. At the Le Mans are near the capital city of Paris. The capital city of France, Paris. So yeah, just like that though. So yeah, pretty love the demand, so pretty much for the Dreams Race Championship. That is a lot to say to myself, then, though, guys. So this is looking amazing, isn't it? Without further ado, then, guys, we're not talking over been 10 minutes away talking a lot, though, guys. But let's get into this, then, guys. Let's get into this. Let's get into practice for the French Grand Prix at the Le Mans circuit in France for the French Grand Prix. Let's do it. Let's begin MotoGP Moto3 French Grand Prix starting with practice. Let's do this, baby. Let's begin let's kick out the French Grand Prix with practice. Coming up now. Coming up your way now, guys. That was a good answer, that was. Alright, alright. Completely, the first annual Le Mans race, the 24-hour circuit, was built back all the way back in the first house all the way back in 1923. And the next circuit was all the way back in 1966. That's what it is then, though. There's no more time to waste. The pre-practice session has officially started. The riders are ready to take to the track. At the moment, the track is covered with thick banks of cloud. The weather forecast seems to rule out any risk of rain. Thanks for that. Then commentator of this race, commentator for this Moto3 Championship. Then though, so yeah, here we are then for the French Grand Prix practices, and then guys, this track was built back in all the way back in 1966. This MotoGP circuit this built then the year when my father was born, and also England won the 1966 FIFA World Cup. They have won that year, 1966. Then though partly so. So yeah, that's where this Le Mans circuit was in France was this MotoGP circuit. this mile circuit was completed by then. That was then. So pretty. That was. Yeah, that's completed. That was completely finished ever since back way back in 1966. And it was completed a bit early in 1966. In early months in 1960, in the year 1967 as well for that done at all. For that though, here in France. Here in the Le Mans circuit used for the World Endurance Championship 24 hours race in Le Mans. So yeah, looking very good for this race to go on for this here for this Moto 3 World Championship round 5 of this championship. Well, the weather forecast is sunny and cloudy. The air temperature is 8 degrees Celsius. The track temperature of the whole zone is 30 degrees Celsius, which is really, really hot. The speed is 1.4 miles per hour, and the wind direction is currently pointing towards east at the moment, where the current northeast used to be. And the lap work is 1:42.636. But if we could try to beat that, I don't think it's not. But let's begin practice for the French Grand Prix here at the Le Mans circuit in France. So let's see how will France will be better after the last. Let's see how we do better in France after we did pretty good win in that last race we had in Spain in Jerez, and see what France will bring off at the Le Mans circuit in the use for the World Endurance Championship 24-hour race. Then. Anyway, let's take a look at the bike development. So this is what it has looked like after we left Spain at the in Jerez. So this is what we got so far. Then, guys, we put three. We had two level. We had on the brake. We had 2 packs. We had on the brakes. Then 2 on the suspension. 2 levels. 3 packs. We put for the suspension on our Mahindra bike rider. Part of the Dunlop tires. Not a bit like Goodyear tires to me. Then though. Sussex fully completed, and the engine. I think we might need to put another one into the engine. We're halfway through of our engine level pattern. However, this is to make good compared to make the team upgrade to make it thanks to how many data pack I've collected a lot throughout this whole week each weekend in MotoGP in Moto 3. But the champion's looking well for this. Ray, this is looking very good, my boss. How you doing then, though? How is this going to be very good, my team crew, chief? Don't need any I don't have any questions to tell you about it then, though. Thanks very much then, though. But let's see what the weather forecast will give. See what we've got information for this at the monster in France. So, will be cloudy, but there'll be some rain. Means there will be a rain. It will be a light rain. It means it will be a wet race. It will be for this when we're coming to this warm up session. The race we're coming up to it. By Sunday, we'll get to the main event race we're coming into next time. But the next thing will be coming up will be quite event, then will be the main annual race, and then we'll head off to the Mugello in Italy. Will be the next race after we leave France. Which was so we can develop here in the circuit in Le Mans circuit. Let's see how we're going to do for this. Okay, we're coming out. We're live safely to safe and clear it out safely, and no one trying to block me about. Last time, some bike riders completely went into like one of the bike riders completely went through me, and I nudged him while coming down to pit lane or coming down to pit lane exit, and that's what I did, and I nudged him a bit, and that's why I did it to him. Sorry. Because he was pretty annoyed with blocking my way when I was coming out to the garage, come out for the pits there, and then onto the main straight, and then onto the main pit straight. I go through then, and out to the pits I go. So that was not pretty much. That's not really not good, very not happy for me. It's not really happy for me after that incident in the Jerez in pit lane in Jerez in Spain. So we are very clear on our first one around this Monster Energy French circuit. Tour de Grand Prix de France. Here, the French Grand Prix, like Buongiorno, France. Hello, France. You know the numbers from 1 to 10? I know the numbers 1 to 10. I did France in my secondary school year with my fantastic good friends, teacher, Mr. Fox. The lovely fantastic Mr. Fox. That was made the book, the lovely book, the purplish book that was created by Roald Dahl himself. Yeah, a British adventure story writer he was, scripted he was. So yeah, that's what he did. And I know the numbers 1 to 10 in French, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. That's what it is. And there's also ones like go to fan, that's really 20, and where it is 20, really 20, really 30 to get that is to give it the no. So yeah, that's what it is the no. So yeah, well, second would be 100. In points, I will be the no. So yeah. So yeah, the task Mr. Fox that I had in my second school I went to, which is what I call school I went to, while I went to in my when I got into year 7 to year 11 day in my in what I got to, until I got congratulated 21, but 41 my point there. Yeah, my first team with Mr. Bow, we did a lot of good time. We had a lot of good time spent with my Mr. Fox then though guys. So I'm really had a good loving memory to remember him a lot then here to him. Love it better to him as it should be, as it stands as well. Now I still remember him in my knowledge of history. I know back in the past in my secondary school year, in my secondary school years in the past in Swico school. So we just began a lap though. I just went off completely. I was playing with Honda, the Honda of Brad Brendan South African drive the South African ride the completely nuts me, completely disturbed me while I was trying to do my lap there. Brad Bender in the KTM or in the Honda ride the bike he's in, ride the bike he's on, is completely misjudged me. I got completely right going into turn 2. I got in for the first left to right chicane I got through at turn 2 and 3. And unfortunately, the other sector will have to be banned for this. So the pole time is 1:46.521. That's nearly going to be breaking the lap record here. Probably a lot to say to it. I'll say to myself then. I wonder how this one will go here in France. Yeah, but this lap is gonna be not gonna be good for me. It's gonna be don't put a 1:50 on this lap. I don't think for me. Okay, we're on the fire car right now. Here we go onto the pits. We go through here. Le Mans second in France. And that was about luck. I mean, nearly close to the podium. It was 1:47.258. I think that lock up there at turn 2 hasn't cost any time at all, then, guys. At all for this. Wow, that is extremely good work then from me. Oh dear me, that well done. Oh dear me, I got off. I crashed. Dear oh dearie me, that wasn't the best way to have it. A yellow flag has just come out. There's been an accident. That was me. Completely fell on my bike going to turn 2. Lost the brake. I lost control of the bike. And then off the second, then off the bike. And then fell off. And then crashed it completely. So, that was a big major mistake. That was, guys. Sorry for you viewers out there watching my channel right now. Sorry for that. I'm sorry for that crash I had. For that got my bike. I got off at turn 2 there. Alright. Give that lap for me. So yeah, I hope the bike is not too badly damaged or too then. The team will barely check it out when I come back into the pits. But we'll please do keep going on to go on. But we're still going on. We might go for one more line and we'll put it to the pits again. And we're going to put it to the pits after we've done another lap then and see if there's any damage to my bike or any repair we need to do. So then a lot. So parts of Europe is on the side here in the French Grand Prix de Le Mans second in France. Yeah, that's what we need it to here in France then. And we need to do so. So yeah, hopefully we do the better. We see how parts of Europe get a lot of good equipment, like a lot of equipment stuff, like hot and like bike stuff, bike equipment stuff, and a lot of object materials and stuff and metal things and settings to do with the car up in a full race due to a race weekend in a motorbike race and see how this will go to well in the future here for MotoGP then though. So yeah. Further tempo on the chicanes, nice and steady though. That's good. That's really good. That was for that break going into turn number 2 there. But we've gone right in the first sector there. I think we've gone quickest in that first sector. We could go, guys. That was good work for me. We're looking very good so far. After that big crash and last lap I had. Hope the bike will be absolutely okay. So yeah. Yeah, parts of the year is doing really well for this bike though. Here in France then, guys. Look at how the equipment will make a good progress to see how the tyres are looking good on my bike here in France. I think I might be the quickest man here. I'm very good at this second in France. Very much often this new on the MotoGP track circuit, on the MotoGP circuit, that part, modern MotoGP circuit model that is, that I like to dream of. I pray a lot. This is the best track I've ever driven on. That's truly amazing. That is for me, though. Really amazingly, that is. So yeah. Okay, here we go into these last seconds there, and someone's gone very quick. It's a 1:45.862. But where I'm going to be, where I'm going to go when I finish this lap, though, let's see. Through, oh, got a bit wide the penultimate corner there. Heading towards the line right now. And approaching to the finish line right now. And across the line. And we go. Oh, second. By only just 0.29 hundredths of a second off from that first position. Fastest quick lap time in practice. That was a truthfully very close. That was. Close to call for that. Whoa, that was close call for that, guys. I got P2 on P2. We're second place at the moment for that first great amazing perfect flying lap we did. So really good for that then. So yeah, any parts like mechanical engine part or blown diffusers or maybe pipes as well, and also the engine source thing, and also the steering on the bike is turning you left and right, and the wheels of the bike as well, and all the suspension on the car, the chassis steering on this on the bike rider car on the bike on the rider's bike, and also the brake to keep and also the bike the brakes for the bike. So they play like a normal bicycle use, like a normal bike, like a tricycle bike. Like you go right there where you go on the higher of the mountain, like a mountain hike, or maybe I went on like the camp hike. I went with the Scout Explorers. I probably had a for that hike. I went to with my friends, and apparently it didn't go too far as planned when I went to Spike Winter. That was the place I went to for my. I spent the night in my camping tent with my best friend Howie, and there was a cabin as well at that place as well in Spike Winter. That's where I went to for my camping holiday that I went to. I mean, for my camping trip in the Easter holidays. Oh, I forgot to turn. I forgot to return to the pits then, guy, immediately. I'm sorry for that, then, guys. I totally forgot about it then. So I got basically confused about my camping trip when I went into Spike Winter because I went there to have some dinner at when I was pasta bolognese I had, like spaghetti bolognese I had. It was pasta bolognese I had in inside the cabin I had, and it was really delicious and very scrumptious and totally scrumptious that meal was. And that main course dinner was scrumptiously amazing then. So yeah, that was truly amazing. Love that meal in Spike Winter's Scouts in the Scouts Spike Winter's Explorer Scouts camp hike area where they used to spend the camping site area where I was going to spend for the night here with my friends. So that's what I did, and then the next day I had some breakfast and then I head home because I had a serious mental headache. I had with my brain. I was still having to having a lot of plays about headaches I'm having though to my brain though, guys. Hoping I will be wearing off sooner or later though later on in the early life in the next latest life in my whole lifetime I will be doing so thing, guys. So yeah. Alright. I'll be fine with that. Factory luck for you, Bank Bender, for your Honda bike. Have you completely damaged the car or you have not? Okay, I'm gonna point it, which is I think it says here, I think. So I'll point here. So I'm going closely through here, and there we go. And then I pointed pits nice and safely, and there we go. Okay, okay. I think that red spot marker said. I think that's where the rider. I think that's where you pull into the pits where the bikes riders usually go. So that's where I think that's where you usually go. Then I think that's where you go. Then to come into the pits. So yeah, that is a good well done indeed for that. So I don't think the bike didn't take any seriously damage. I don't think. Then what do you say then though? My two. Let's have a look. Can you take a look at the bike setup, please? Um, what completely? Tell me about works. Can you tell me how? No, let me see. What kind of bikes is this here? Special handlebars, gears, brakes, tires. They don't. No. Look at that. Can we have a look at the bike sector? The bike doesn't respond the way I'd like the way that change the direction. I see. Do you find the bike slow or fast? It seems to be too fast in direction changing. Here's what we do. Stiffer spring settings and stiffer damping settings. Time require 3 minutes. Perfect. That's what we do then. Thanks for that, my team. Thanks for that for my engineer. Thanks for that for the help though, engineer, my engineer. Thank you very much for helping though. Oh, take a look at the class. Let's take a look at let's see how the results. Let's see the setting stands. Let's see the present standing so far after nearly half of 20 minutes gone. Then it's Daniel Kent, the champion leader, the British driver. I am fine, and I'm just 7.29 hundredths. I'm only just 29 hundredths of a second off from Daniel Kent's fastest quick lap time, 1:45.86 turns. That's the lap that's the lap record, the track record of this circuit. Upon that, 1:46 I said then to it then a lot to say then though. So yeah. Immediately if you're third, Hoyer now via 4, Fabian Picasso only 373 tenths off from Daniel Kent's fastest quick lap time in there. And everybody have posted a slower lap as well. But hoping there's still a long way to go then though. And I might go out again to see if I can go head of Daniel Kent, go into first play into P1 in this go and go fastest for the very first time in this practice session in France for the French Grand Prix. Let's see, hopefully truly we could do that then, but we're gonna head out again and let's see, can this work? Let's see, can it work? Can he play that safely for me? It's cloudy still with sunny bit cloudy skies and a bit of sunlight in the air, in the sky, and hopefully but unfortunately there'll be some rain coming, but there'll be some light rain coming our way. Maybe will be a light rain shower will be coming for the Grand Prix coming up soon for that. But we get out on track for in the rain for the French Grand Prix race. But for hopefully the Grand Prix will do better for this. And there is Brad Bays just come out. Just the South African judge just come out just had me just before where I'm heading out. I'm just gonna let him through. And then he did was right. He got quicker and he got past me, and that's what he did though. Good job, Brad Bays. But let's go do another lap and see if we can try and beat Daniel Kent's fastest lap time in practice. Okay, we're just going through the final corners of this circuit, Le Mans circuit in France. I'm pressing the double right hand, the double like if I had 2 right-handed corners, we go through around this whole circuit. Around this is a 3.1 mile circuit. I think this might be, or maybe it's longer than that. It is here in France, then though. But here for the French Grand Prix here. Oh, and there's a long circuit. I don't think there's like a Catholic church. I don't think on the left-hand side here, or here on the next to the circuit there, or probably not there. So then. Like, Alan McNeil had a huge superior crash he had, all the way back in 2011 he had then, for that big crowd we was driving for, I don't know which team he was in, because there was Toyota, McLaren, and many more teams were there back then, and also like, Chevrolet, or maybe Subaru, the lovely Bright Star company, car company that is built in USA then. It was called built in American City Circuit. It was built in Americas. That is then, was it? Yeah, Subaru made, that was Subaru made, car company that was made in USA. So yeah, completely that is what it was used for here in doing this World Endurance racing, this World Endurance Championship that is completely in right now. That was completely totally incredible carnage it is. Incredibly used it is for that. So we've gone right in all 3 sectors we've gone through. We've gone right to the fire sector of this circuit here in France. So that is not. So there was no Catholic in the approach to turn 1 there. Surprisingly not, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, to see this then. We're doing very clear for that. Okay, through the fire 2 corner we go through. We've got a bit wide there, going into that penultimate corner of the circuit here. And of course, we go through it, and we lost a bit of time going through the fire sector. I think we're concentrating what I'm doing here to my brain here. But yeah, okay, let's try to do. Let's do this up again. And oh dear me, I got on the curves going into turn 1 there. That is not the best news in sight for that. And so yeah, good thing makes this survive the crowd. I think he was driving for Toyota around that time back in 2011. He was driving for, but yeah, good thing he survived. He's recovered and survived to survive that like the big accident crash he had suffered in that 2011 race in the 24-hour race in Le Mans at Le Mans circuit in France. Very good for the Scots to survive that quickly then. Quick to survive that crash instantly, gently, he was. But it's good to be he's okay. Yeah, good for that for the World Endurance Sports Car Championship. This would be the to pay for that in the current possibility for the future for the main current time of future would be for me. So yeah. But going down this long straightaway here of this down this longest part of this current of this circuit on this track here in Le Mans. Oh dear me, this next light is not looking good so far. It's probably not well for this. Alright. Oh, I got all the colours then. Got all the sectors in different colours then. Orange in the first sector, red in the second sector, and 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 grey in the last sector means getting advantage laps here. But let's see. I don't think this lap is not going to give me enough. I don't think. No, it's not. I'll probably slow this time around here. We've only got 50 minutes left to go with this practice session to go here in France. But let's see. I mean, this time we'll get this fastest lap time as is usual from Danny Kent's Honda bike. That Honda rider bike driver leading the way in the championship will hopefully go its way going into the finale of the season. Going into the season finale, coming up sooner or later than that, and we'll get into the far race in Valencia sooner in this championship season, and we're coming to it. Then probably will come very sooner or that or later to it. Then guys, yeah, that's what it used to be. Then though for that, useful for that. All right, we're going through the next left-hander, which is turn. I think that was turn 6, I think, and going into turn 7. And then double left-hander at 8 and 9. Oh, a bit wide through there. But can we keep lap time straight? Yeah, I hope we can do then. No, we'll try and beat Daycade's first percentage lap time was his time in this session so far in practice. A 1 minute 45.86. That's the lap time to beat. Well, our lap time was a 1 minute 45.891, and we're only just 229 thousandths of a second, 29 hundredths of a second off from Daycade's fastest lap time in this session here on practice here in France at the Le Mans circuit. But I think we're gonna be fast. But I think we've been improving on this lap more improving a lot we have to our bike now. I'm heading towards the vehicle for this. I'm heading to a bike we're on. And heading towards the line. Across the line we go through, and we have beaten the lap time of Danny Can. We've gone quickest. We have gone faster than God. We're 1:45.775, and we have gone to P1, and we've gone fastest. And we could have gone to the top of the table, top of this current session of practice. We're currently at the top now. We've gone far quickest then, and we've gone fastest in this session. We're first place now. We're P1. That's what I want to like to hear for that then from me. We've gone quickest. We've gone fastest in this session now from Dave Kent's Honda bikes, and on his Honda rider bike, and we just ninth him, and we snatched ahead of him. We were quicker than this lap time, and we improved it a lot than the other drivers, than the other riders on the bikes, on the lap times. And we could have gone ahead of them, and with all of them, and we got ourselves into P1. Good work for us. Wow, this is amazing. Looking good so far for that lap time there. 1:45.775. I hope we can promote that from practice. Hope we can promote that to pole position in qualifying. We're coming up next time, then guys. Then we're going to be doing that qualifying video. We're going to be doing next time. So yeah, this is looks absolutely amazing for this. Then we've gone quickest then in this practice for this French Grand Prix, guys. Wow. This is looking amazing. This is for me. Wow. Can't believe it. This is pretty. The car balance and all performances is undoubtedly well basically that good. We put a lot for this, a lot. Good one to get into the top of the timing sheets here in France. Yeah, could be on top of the time in on the timing sheets in this predecessor in Le Mans, but we're looking very good so far. We're completely going to be hoping we will be quickest, and we need to run into the back of Remy Gardner's car bike there, and he's from Australia. He is from, so good thing we didn't hit him completely. So we're just got 10 minutes left to go then in this practice session in this practice session done. And currently look at take a look at in the results in the session standings. Take a look at in the current session standings here and the results here. And we are fastest now. We are the quickest man out there with 145.775 then here in France. Had the day camp by just 800 100 for a second off from my actual timer. My actual fastest time I set. Miguel Olivia's is for 210 off from my fastest lap time of the session here in France. Fabio Quartararo he's slumped into P4. He's just moved ahead of Jorge Navio for P5 there. Nicola Antonelli is in 6th place from Italy. The number 23 Honda rider. Vasquez 7th. Isaac Fernandez, the two Spaniards on the pole during the home race. Last time out, we went to into the host circuit in Spain. And Alex Mansbrew in 9th, and I think Carl Hanke is in 10th place. Yes, he is. I was right. Number 8, Czech Republic rider is in P8. I'm running up the top 10 for that. He done. So yeah, are we going to stay on? Are we going to stay on in P1 and be the quickest man out there in France here in Le Mans circuit? Will we get into qualify next time out then, guys? But the temperature will be changed. But the track temperatures and direction and the wind direction will be changed a lot, increasing a lot. Will be coming into the rain race coming up soon enough, sooner or later for that. Later ones will we get into it soon or later we get to it. But thanks for that engineer. No, well, thankfully there was no damage on bike for that, guys. Looks like it's very clean. It's clearly it's do all clean and no damage. No clean screens and no braking system and no cracking, no cracks or no scratches to the bike then. But look closely, it looks like it's all right then. To myself, I will say. Good for the bike is okay with no stains or scratches or any damage to the whole body and the whole suspension to the bike set up here. But good for the Stanley bike is completely alright to prove the lap time. To prove the track layout nicer then. Otherwise I would have made a big huge mistake on the curbs there. I got on the curbs going into turn 1 and then fell the bike early on in the session, and unfortunately that didn't go well. On my first one I fell off. I thought it was disturbing what I was doing when I was talking about this country fine. When I did French in my secondary in school, what I did in my secondary school time in what it called school, when I had my first teacher, Mr. Fox, he's pretty awesome. He was, as my French teacher to teach him a lot about French. So teach me a lot of French language words in French, and I also watched a lot of video called Extra, which is in Paris in France. That was in the whole series. It was from Extra series. It was called that was with the characters Nick, Kieran, and Sam in it. So yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, Mr. Fox was a very good French teacher, but he taught me for just 1.5 years. He took me from year 8, where I started at school. By that time back in 2016, I've been to secondary where I started to go to school that year in 2016 and in 2017 as well. But good thing he was a very good French teacher, and I loved to teach. That he loved to teach. I like him to teach me a lot about French a lot. But he's pretty a good teacher to have him a lot to talk about and thought about all the words in French and many more, a lot of things that a lot of more studying on French. That was pretty but that is pretty much better. But I pretty much like it. That Mr. White is a very good. He's a very nice. He's a very nice good. He's a good French teacher. That I like. That I like him to be my good friend to be my French teacher when I'm in secondary school. When I was in secondary school, from year 7 to year 11, I was in Sway Court School in my hometown in Derbyshire, in Silvercoats. Yeah, in the UK. Yeah. All right, so we've only just got about 5 minutes and 45 seconds left to go, so we might skip to the end of the session then, guys, and see who's gone quicker. Will it be me? I think we'll be quickest by the end of the session. Unless Diane Kicker stop could beat to go fastest ahead of me, put a quicker lap time, go even quicker than me, and go faster than me, and go to the top of the time mistake. But can he do it? Hope so. But hopefully we'll see what we'll see, and let's see how this will change. Hopefully this will change a lot to this whole race. To this whole race weekend. Now that the free practice is over, let's have a look at the first lap times of the weekend. So, the practice is done, and we say here we've gone quicker at the end of the session. At the end of that practice session, we are fastest of the current drivers. Was there anyone in this practice session we completed in the standing it says then we're the fastest rider out there out on the circuit here, the Le Mans circuit in France. We were beating Danny Kemp by 1/100 of a second from him, with Miguel Olivier completing the top 3. Good job, good start to the weekend here in France for us, as we've gone quickest, we've gone fastest in this past session then, with a 1:45.775 for us guys, and we're going fastest for the Hinter team. We're on top for the first time in practice. Fabio Cotterell 4th, Jorge Navia 5th, Nick Antonelli 6th, Vasquez and Villanes had the Mansbro and Hankia complete the top 10. But we've gone quickest in that first practice session. We've gone then though guys. Getting to qualifying, it's going to be very much difficult. It's going to be when we go quick after we go quickest with 1:45.775 in practice we set then. But can we get pole position for the race coming up soon? But we're going to have to find in the next 2 videos or 2, because next time guys we'll be doing the qualifying session for the French Grand Prix here the 1 second then guys. But guys, thanks everybody for watching, everybody. But that's the end of this video then guys. I hope you guys like this, and if you do like this video then go check out the James Gage channel for more videos and more links in the description below if you like this video. But apart from that, thank you guys so much for watching then guys, and we will see you next time for qualifying. But guys, that's all for now, and I will see you next time.